Look at this, guys. I've been wanting to talk about this since yesterday. Can we talk about this? Let me go down really quick. Hold on. Guys, Terminator. Terminator. Have you guys seen Terminator? Have you seen the Contra-style looking Terminator? Please tell me you've seen Terminator. I'm sure you guys all saw it. I wanted to react to this yesterday, but I didn't get a chance to, which makes me really sad, to be honest with you. This shit looks amazing. I want to play the trailer really quick for those of you that didn't see it. But I am super excited for this. I really am. You haven't seen it? Dude, it is sick. No, seriously, it is sick. Let's play this. Hold on. Here we go.
Peggy 16.
Is the volume up? Put the volume up. Yeah, you're going to get a lot of nostalgia from this, from the music. And not only the music, but just the style of the video game. And the funny thing is, too, the music is pretty much almost the exact same music as what we experienced in Terminator Resistance. But let's go. Fucking awesome. This is so cool, bro. You guys seriously never saw this? There's so many people that are in my chat that are like, they never saw this. I can't believe you never saw this, man. This is bringing back like old school gaming, man. This is so good. The music alone is badass.
Terminated.
That's it. Dude, I'm sorry, but this is this is like day one buy, bro. This is a day one buy immediately for me. I'm not even kidding, man. I am so excited for this, not because I'm just a fan of Terminator, but just the old school aesthetic of this looks so fucking good. Yeah, bricked. Yeah, we're basically there at this point. I am so ready for this. I'm so ready for this. We need this. I don't know. What does it come out? Do they have a release date? Terminator 2D, no fate. September 5th. So it's coming out PS5, PS4, Switch, Xbox, Steam, obviously, Epic Games. So it's coming out everywhere. It's coming out everywhere. They're not like trying to keep it behind Epic Games only or whatever the case would be. So this looks fun. It looks like classic old school fun. And I feel like that's what's missing from video games these days a lot of the time. So, all right, let's get out of this. Moving on to the next topic. Let's go over this. So I don't know if you guys have seen, but apparently all the world. So we're going to talk a little bit of politics right now, just about the nonsense that's been happening. We'll do it really quick because it's relevant information. But apparently a bunch of world leaders are rallying behind Ukraine after what just happened between Trump and Zelensky. There's a whole bunch of posts from a multitude. I mean, look at this. A multitude of different world leaders that are all supposedly trying to rally behind Zelensky. Like, oh, Trump was just so mean to him. Trump was so mean to him, right? It says here that Trump administration may pull the plug on Ukraine aid, which, again, absolutely ridiculous. And it goes to show where the mindset's at with this, right? Let me bring up some clips so that you guys have an idea of what happened today, because it was honestly pretty damn ridiculous. Here, let me show you. So let me pull up, raise the volume really quick. Why is this doing that? What the fuck? Why is it doing that? It's so weird.
God bless. You don't know that. God bless. God bless. You will not have a war.
Don't tell us what we're going to feel. We're trying to solve a problem. Don't tell us what we're going to feel.
I'm not telling you.
Because you're in no position to dictate that. Remember this.
I'm not
you're in no position dictate what we're going to feel. We're going to feel very good.
You will feel influence.
We're going to feel very good and very strong.
You will feel influence.
You're right now not in a very good position. You've allowed yourself to be in a very bad position, and he happens to be right about it.
From the very beginning of the war,
you're not in a good position. You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having cards. Right now, you don't. Yeah, you're playing cards. You're playing cards. You're gambling with the lives of millions of people. You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country.
Listen, I will always tell you, I don't care. I don't care where you are politically. I never cared. But I'm telling you right now, there is a stark difference between the way that Trump is handling Zelensky and the way that Biden basically fell asleep at Zelensky's shoulders. I mean, it is like not even close to the same.
It's back to you. Far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once?
A lot of times.
No, in this
even
entire
today.
Meeting, you said thank
even
you.
Today.
You went to
Vance too was going at him.
Campaign for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Oof. Wait, we got more. Hold on. We got more. Give me 1 second. Let's pull this up. This shit is hilarious. Watch this.
I've empowered him. Maybe he did. I don't know what happened, but he didn't break him with me. He wants to make a deal. I don't know if you can make a deal. The problem is I've empowered you to be a tough guy. And I don't think you'd be a tough guy without the United States. And your people are very brave. But you're either going to make a deal or we're out. And if we're out, you'll fight it out. I don't think it's going to be pretty, but you'll fight it out. But you don't have the cards. But once we sign that deal, you're in a...
I can't with Trump's hand motions, man. They fucking kill me. Trump's hand motions just kill me, dude. It's so funny.
Much better position. But you're not acting at all thankful. And that's not a nice thing. I'll be honest. That's not a nice thing.
It's not a nice thing.
All right. I think we've seen enough. What do you think? Huh? This is going to be great television. I will say that. All right. We'll see what we can do about putting it together. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe.
Dude. Oh, I think I have one more clip. Hold on. Let me see. I might have one more clip. This shit, I actually have the entire thing, but I'm not going to go over the whole thing because it's going to be ridiculous. Oh, no, I don't have one more clip. I had the full clip. All right, we'll just save that. We'll save that for another time. But basically what it is Trump just completely felted Zelensky. Apparently he got thrown out of the White House. At least that's what they're saying anyway. We don't know if that's true. But apparently they kicked him out of the White House. And it is just such a stark difference between Biden and Trump. And again, doesn't matter where you stand politically. If you want to vote left or vote right, doesn't matter to me. But what I think here is what we're seeing is finally we have a leader that is at least ready to actually be tough when necessary, which is just a huge difference between the two. And Vance also. JD Vance is willing to do the same exact thing. All right, next part right here. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So check this out. So Chris Gore, I don't know if you guys follow Chris Gore, but Chris Gore had apparently, I guess he's starting a rumor or something along those lines, that Disney has apparently been trying to sell Star Wars for the last 7 months now, but no one will buy it. And Film Threat seeks additional information to, I guess, verify whether or not this is true and whatnot. But the rumor is that they've been trying to sell Star Wars for 7 months. Now, I've heard this before. I've actually heard this months ago, but I guess they're verifying it or bringing it back up again. I really am not sure, but I don't know if I believe this necessarily just because of Kathleen Kennedy's recent comments about how she's doubling down and you know, producing the Mandalorian film and whatnot. But I gotta imagine how much did Disney spend on Star Wars? I know it was billions upon billions of dollars, but at this point, I think it's pretty fair to say that they probably wouldn't get the same amount back. You know, unless they had proof that the films that they're going to come out with are going to do as good as, you know, the original one did. I feel as if $4 billion. Yeah, that's the number. Okay, $4 billion. I feel at this point, I don't know if they would get $4 billion for Star Wars. What do you guys think? Do you think that they would get $4 billion for Star Wars, given the state of Star Wars right now and where the shows are? I mean, the shows keep going less and less and less and less and less. The last TV show that came out with Star Wars didn't even get on the Nielsen rating. So if it didn't even get on the Nielsen rating, what are we doing here? You know, now granted $4 billion a long time ago, chances are through inflation and whatnot, they might be able to get the same back. But I don't know if it's going to be, you know, profit for profit. I don't know if it's actually going to make sense for them. But that's the latest rumor from Chris Gore. Again, take it with a grain. I'm sorry. Where's Smash JT? Where's Smash JT? Hold on. I gotta say the famous saying. Take it with a grain of salt.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
It's a rumor. It's a rumor. Take it with a grain of salt. But I just wanted to share it with you anyway because I thought it was interesting and I thought it was pretty funny considering what we know. But now that we know that, let's hold on. Let's see. Where are we at? Let's go to Kathleen Kennedy. So if you guys remember, I did a video, next topic. I did a video on Smash JT. Did I say Smash JT? Jesus fucking Christ, bro. My brain is racked. I did a video on Kathleen Kennedy. I also did a video on Smash JT, but that's different. I did a video on Kathleen Kennedy. And when I did that video, I said that I do not believe in the slightest that she is going to be leaving Lucasfilm anytime soon. I believe that for some reason, the mainstream media once a year, every year, decides to run the story of Kathleen Kennedy either getting fired, leaving, retiring, whatever. But at this point, she has actually come out and made an official statement. Now, I don't believe this has ever happened before. I don't believe Kathleen Kennedy has ever actually addressed the rumors directly head on. So I find it to be a little bit sus because usually she just ignores it. She never says anything, right? She never says that. She never says that. She never confirms or denies it. This is the first time I think she's actually denied it. She said it last year. Did she really say it last year? I don't remember that. I don't remember that, Steve the Lynx. Did she really say that last year? If that's the case, then I'm wrong on that, and I apologize. But I don't remember her saying anything about rumors about her leaving. Not like a direct addressal. If somebody asked her, she'd probably laugh it off. But I don't remember her addressing it completely like that. But in any case, Kathleen Kennedy has come out and officially denied the retirement rumors in Deadline interview and claims that she's not leaving anytime soon, that she will die making movies. She will die making movies. Now, I heard some people say some fucked up things. They were like, well, can you expedite that? That's what they said, not me. But I think at this point, my conspiracy about her being the Hillary Clinton of Disney or the entertainment world as a whole, I think that's got to hold some merit. Right? Because she must know something. She must have information. She must have something that I've never seen somebody tank a franchise so hard and be able to keep their job for so many years. She really must have something. Or at this point, I think Disney might just feel safe leaving, the entirety of Lucasfilm in her hands, just like they're leaving Disney in the hands of Bob Iger. But, they're both going to be replaced at some point. I'm sure you guys know that. Kathleen Kennedy is going to be replaced. Bob Iger is going to be replaced. And they're basically, and she did admit in this article that she is formulating a succession plan at some point. She's speaking with Iger about a succession plan. So they do have plans for her to retire at some point. It just might not be this year. So it just is what it is. But at this point, the whole rumors about her staying, leaving, it's such nonsense. It really is. And I'm tired of hearing about it. That's why every time I talk about it and I report on the rumor, whenever it comes up, I laugh at it because I'm like, bro, here we go again. Here we go again with another Kathleen Kennedy is leaving and being fired rumor. It happens once or twice a year, every single year for the last 10 years, I feel like. But anyway, regardless, it is what it is. Let's move on. Disney Snow White, the next topic. Disney Snow White, not looking good. Not looking good, ladies and gentlemen. Disney Snow White box office projections plunge even lower as House of Mouse braces for a looming Rachel Zegler financial disaster. Things are not looking good for the House of Mouse, obviously. Disney Snow White is probably going to be one of the biggest flops, maybe, in Disney history, depending on, so they're trying to say the film had a $200 million budget. If I'm not mistaken, I believe I saw that on Twitter. I wish I had the screenshot to verify. I could try to look it up quickly, but I believe they're trying to say it has a budget of $200 million. That's what they're trying to say. I do not believe that in the slightest, obviously, right? I know you guys don't. I don't. That is just their budget number before reshoots, before all the fixes, before all the changes, before all the CGI dwarves, before everything like that. That's what the budget probably was before all of that. But we already know how that works. Oh, here we go. I'm sorry. No, apparently it's 250. The number is 250. Let me bring it up so that you guys can see, so you know I'm not talking shit. The Hollywood Handle. Snow White is early tracking to earn $63 to $70 million on its domestic box office opening weekend. The film has a budget of over $250 million. So that's the official number. That's what they're going with, $250 million. And like I said, at this point, I think it's pretty safe to say that it's probably much higher than that. It also doesn't factor in for marketing. So if they're really tracking for $63 to $70 million on its opening box office weekend, it's not going to look good. This game is going to trickle down very quickly. Worldwide, it's probably going to open at a little over $100 million. I got to imagine between domestic and worldwide. People, it's not making its money back, dude. It's not making its money back. Plain and simple, it's not making its money back. In order for it to make its money back on the budget, it needs $500 million. If you were to believe the budget, it needs $500 million to make the budget back. Now you got to add marketing. You're fucked. You're fucked. There's no way this film is making $800 million. There's absolutely zero way. I do not believe that. Now, obviously, I could be wrong. I've been wrong before, but I just don't see it. I don't see how it's possible. And I guarantee you this number highlighted is probably going to be a lot less. I really do. I'm probably, so let's go back to that part, place, because I'm pretty much where they're at in terms of their prediction. But here, let me bring it up really quick. So just when it seemed like the box office outlook for Snow White couldn't get worse, new projections indicate that the film is set to open even lower than initially expected. According to a leading Hollywood research firm, the live-action remake is now tracking for a $53 million opening weekend in North America, with estimates ranging between $48 million and $58 million. This is a significant drop from the early forecast, which had projected a $63 to $70 million debut. Now, here's the thing. Oh, okay, I just realized this. Wait. I just realized this. So, yeah, this is right then. This is right. It is trending downward because this post right here that I pulled up, this was from February 7th of 2025. So at that point in time, they had an estimate of 63 to 70 million, and now it's dropped all the way to $53 million opening weekend. So it's lost tens of millions of dollars. It's lost tens of millions of dollars. This is rough. This movie should have been canceled, but I understand why they didn't. Because you guys got to understand as well, Disney started with Snow White. In terms of their animation, like in movies and whatnot, Disney essentially started with Snow White. So I was hoping that the live action films would end with Snow White, but that's probably not going to happen because I believe they signed off on a couple of more. I don't really know what, but they signed off on a couple of more last I heard. So at this point, there was no way they were not going to come out with this film. They have to come out with this film. It's Snow White. It's Disney Snow White. It doesn't get more nostalgic than that. But if the film bombs as bad as people are saying, or as bad as people are predicting, then I think it's safe to say that the live action films just might take a little bit of a hiatus and they might go back to animated films. But yeah, you're right, Yamato. I heard that they're going to do Lilo and Stitch. Oh my God. Can you imagine a live action Lilo and Stitch? What the fuck, bro? There are some things that shouldn't be live action. But I don't know. Johnny, I have no idea. They might end with Snow White. Who really knows? depending how big of a bomb it is. But again, I want you guys to understand Disney doesn't really care about the money that's made from their entertainment. They make their money everywhere else. Disney as a company has real estate in Florida out the ass. They make so much money from real estate dealings. They make so much money from their parks. They make so much money from so many different sources that they will utilize that money to subsidize the losses of their entertainment sector, because their entertainment sector is Disney's image. That's what it is. It's not a money-making machine. It's Disney's image. It's what they put out in order to portray this image for the company, whatever that may be at the time. So that's all they really care about. That's what they use it for. They don't use it to make money. We only look at it and laugh at it for that, because ultimately at the end of the day, I know it's hard to understand from a business perspective why they would be okay with losing so much money, but their image they care about more than anything else. So that's just what it is. But that's it for that topic. Let's get into the next topic, ladies and gentlemen. Let's talk about this really quick. This is big news, man. I want to share this with you guys. So EA has apparently done something very, very good. Okay? EA has done something very good. And this is very shocking, considering that EA does not normally do something good. But considering that they actually did something good, I want to talk about it because I feel like it should be talked about, especially if you're a fan of Command & Conquer. So EA has done something that they don't normally do, which they have decided to release the first 4 Command & Conquer games, and they're open source. They have released the open source officially for the first 4 Command & Conquer games. That's actually a really good thing. That's a really good thing. So you guys who are fans of Command & Conquer, I only played the originals, me personally. I only played the originals. Then I kind of, like I said on Twitter, I kind of fell out of it. But that's huge news. That is huge news for people who are into Command & Conquer, because now with the open source out there, you're going to see a lot of opportunities for that particular franchise. So that's, but it's shocking as fuck, okay? I don't know what the reason is for this. Let me see. The world is built on sharing. Sure, it might seem like the most countercultural act imaginable amidst these late-stage capitalism and today's horrors, but the very internet on which you're reading these words wouldn't exist without it. The games you play depend on it. It's the very core of art itself. So it's generally a pretty good thing when games industry people remember this. Speaking of which, EA just made the code for the first 4 Command & Conquer games officially open source. You may, as someone possibly young enough, have been untroubled by the Command & Conquer games in their heyday. See this as a relatively minor act. It's really not. And if we're going to be fiercely critical of EA when it does horrible things, it's also crucial that we celebrate when the publisher does something that's important. It is important. I think it is important. I think it's hugely important. And again, when I read the headline, I didn't believe it at first. I thought it was like, wait, what? Why would they do that? That's like Warner Brothers releasing the Nemesis system out of nowhere. You know what I mean? It's like, why exactly did you do that? So 2 primers. Firstly, Command & Conquer, or CNC as it's mostly known to its adoring fan base. These were a series of utterly superb real-time strategy games, sometimes the best in the medium, gloriously loved in part for their kitschy full-motion video cutscenes. The first game in 1995 sold 3 million copies in a time before games really did that, and that was despite its FMV sequences starring members of the development team in the lowest budget way imaginable. I remember the first one, man. I remember playing the first one, booting it up. I was actually fairly addicted to it, but then I fell out of it pretty quick, sadly. I wish I didn't, but I just did. Source codes. Any game being made publicly available for free, as in yours to keep, copy, share forever, is to be celebrated in an industry that usually so spitefully clings on to long-dead IPs that it refuses to sell, but still employs lawyers to prevent being accessible. But releasing a game source code is next level. This is not the game itself, as in a thing to boot up and play, but rather the flesh and bones that make the game exist. It's all the secrets. It offers developers the ability to see exactly how a game was put together, read all the hilariously botched bits of code the devs strung together in desperation to get a game out the door, and learn how the best in the business constructed their games. So again, guys, this is huge. Even if you're not a fan of Command & Conquer, I totally get it. Totally get it. But it's still huge information. This is a big deal for people, whether you are a RTS fan or not. It's a big deal. And hopefully they do this more often. I doubt it, obviously, because, again, this is very shocking because it's so different. People don't really do this. But I do hope they do this more. I do hope that they release source code for older games so that people can get their hands on it, learn how they're made, and try to make their own thing with it. And I think it'll be, I think this will be pretty cool overall. So shout out to EA. You got the 1% right out of the 99% of a clusterfuck that your company is. That's just the truth of it. You know, a clock is wrong twice a day, or in this scenario, once a day. That's basically it. Okay. We, I believe, did all the fast topics. I just want to confirm. We did all the fast topics. Yes, we did. We did the reaction. Perfect. Okay. So let's catch up on Super Chats, and then we're going to get into the main topic of the night, which is Monster Hunter Wild. We wanted to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds all day. All day. Will, what the hell did you send me? I'll check it out after, Will. I've been wanting to talk about Monster Hunter Wilds all day. Speaking of, you guys want to see the new addition to the McDuggins family line? Hold on, I got you right now. So we created her earlier today. We added a female to the McDuggins family line. So let me showcase that to you right now. I want you guys to all welcome to the family. I have a feeling you might like her. Her name is Side McJiggles. That's her name. McJiggles is part of the family now. You can tell by the consistent pink and purple hair that all the McDuggins people have. She's a she, her, pronoun she, her. Okay, in case you need to know. But Side McJiggles is officially part of Bigot Army lore. Super excited to have her here. She's got the Yennefer hair going on. When I saw the character, I immediately thought of Yennefer. I was like, oh, nice. Sasha Banks? No, she's not Sasha fucking Banks. But yes, look, she's in the chat. She's in the fucking chat right now. Hold on, wait. Look at this shit. There's an account already. How is there an account already? Look at this shit. This is ridiculous. Crazy fast already. Yeah, it's like, what the fuck? It's insane, bro. So shout out to McJiggles. Happy to have you along for the adventure in Monster Hunter Wilds. I think it's going to be great.